Hi guys, it's Adam with WebStarts back here again. Yesterday I talked a little bit about some of the things you need to take into consideration when choosing a domain name for your website. And today I want to talk a little bit about what to do if you weren't able to find a great domain name for your website available to be registered. Now, what I do is I go out and I look at ways that I can actually purchase a domain name from the aftermarket. That means from somebody who already owns it, and then that way I get control of it and I can set it up for my website. And so here's a few things that you'll need to do in order to buy a domain name that's already been registered. The first thing is you want to find out who the owner is, and that can be a little tricky at times, but what I do is I go to a tool like domaintools.com. I type in the domain name, and then generally it will show me the name of the person who owns it, their address, their phone number, and their email address. And the next thing I do is send them an email address now, or an email. Now the email I send is very specific. On the first email, I really just want to establish contact with the person, and I don't want to talk a lot about price, so I just write something like, "Hi, I'd like to know if you're willing to sell your domain name, whatever.com, and if you're interested, please let me know. I need to make a decision right away about it, so let me know either way." I put that in there, the part where it says "let me know either way," so that I can move on to the next domain name, that I might be considering and not waste my time. And then, without mentioning the price, what this does is it opens it up to where they're maybe fantasizing about a price they might get about the domain or for the domain name, and then they'll shoot me an email back rather than just ignore it if I just come right out and lowball them. Now, in my second email, I generally will lowball them a little bit. I think a good place to start when offering for a domain name is $100, but it really depends on the domain name that you're looking for. If you're going for a really prestigious domain name, obviously those can go up even into the hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, and you don't want to start off with $100 offer for those. But a lot of the common English word domain names or combinations can be had for under $1,000, and by starting off with a $100 offer, it brings those people who are selling them back down to reality. Now, if you do want that $1 million domain name or $10,000 domain name or $100,000 domain name and you can't afford it, there's still ways that you can get it. You can contact the owner and rent it from them, or you can work out a deal where maybe you give a percentage of the shares of your company for it. I've heard that being done. Or maybe you just give them a percentage of the profits that you reap from the website. You never know if they're just sitting on the domain name and they're not really making money from it. They may be open to some of those more creative ways of allowing you to use the domain name.